Diary of the Dead. This must be George Romero's real diary. That old motherfucker practically is a zombie at this point.
Yeah, why doesn't he cast himself?
I know at this point he could.
He does look like one. I got to see him up close, and he did pretty much look just like a zombie.
Really?
Yeah, he had skin falling off him and everything.
I mean, I've seen him shamble in for interviews. Like, I was like, damn, y'all better not sit close to that motherfucker,
He was
man.
talking to all these other creative professionals, picking their brains. So
I mean, look,
Picking their brains. Listen to you.
Oh, shut up. I mean, no disrespect, because to me the man's a god, but
in case you people don't know, Corey's a bit of a zombie fan.
just a little bit. And this man, what's that?
George Romero is awesome.
No, I'm there. If I met George Romero, I mean, you can call it quits for me, but no, not really. But I mean, but I have to say that his work in the past few years has not been all that great. I'm not a big fan of Land of the Dead.
No, I mean, it's okay. I didn't hate it as much as you did, but it didn't really work. I
get them all mixed up. Which one is Land of the Dead?
where they learn to shoot.
I really liked Land of the Dead. Land of the Dead was a lot of fun, but I loved it as a post-apocalyptic film. It was the first time we'd actually seen a real post-apocalyptic film in a long time.
See,
and I dug the whole notion of these guys, trapped in the city, sending guys out to have to go on food runs because they've run through everything left and they don't have any manufacturing things going on. I dug the whole concept of it. I thought it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it.
well, I mean, for this particular movie, it's kind of George Romero going back to his basic zombie concept, which ain't
this one is.
Diary
This
of the
is
Dead.
going back to the first night.
Yeah, this one, because what I didn't like about Land of the Dead, you had zombies starting a union, going out and filling out applications for jobs and shit. I mean, I was
It's
like,
about time. I mean, how long are they going to be a drain on society?
I mean, zombies. It was funny because zombies in Land of the Dead were the new black people, and now in this, it's just kind of like he's gone back to zombies just running around, just eating people like they should.
This is a reboot of the whole thing. It goes back to the beginning when it first starts, and I think that's a great idea because zombies are one of those things, and I can't believe I'm saying this because even after Day of the Dead, I was like, well, let's see where he goes with this smarter zombie thing, but I just don't think they should evolve the zombie. I don't want to see an evolved zombie. I want to see zombies doing what zombies do, running around eating people.
Just like in every other zombie film.
Yeah, but look what happens in movies where happens in movies where you take classic monsters and do try and change them too drastically. You end up with stupid shit like Anne Rice's later ideas of vampires, and I mean, come on, like the movie Wolf with Jack Nicholson. Well, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Just because it hasn't worked yet doesn't mean it won't work. I mean, you like watching zombies like shamble around and eat people? Well, I'm pretty goddamn sick of that. I mean, yeah, okay, you shamble, you eat the brains, somebody kills you. Big whoop. Let's do something new.
But that's because the story
Evolve or die.
The story
Even if
shouldn't
you're already
be about
dead.
the zombies. Really, it's about the people surviving the zombie
Okay,
attack.
I don't want to
Which
get
is
into,
what
look, I don't want to get into zombie politics right here. We talking about
this is like Face the Nation,
I
except it's
know.
about zombies.
Yeah, we we sitting on Dateline and we're talking like, Mr. Zombie, what do you think? Like a fucking zombies. They eat people.
What's wrong with that though? I mean, come on. This is we're getting a chance to have a real discussion about zombies.
Because
there's a huge zombie fan base with a zombie movie created by the guy who created the fucking zombie movie.
Because I don't want to be here till 10 o'clock at night still talking about, I believe that zombies have a right to marry each other and marry live people in interracial relationships.
I got to say, like, just sitting here listening to us talk about what we've been talking about, that sounds like the most retarded conversation I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, come on. You're the guy. I've seen you get into like hour-long arguments about who would win, Batman or Superman in a fight.
No,
so I don't
haven't.
even, yes,
No,
I
no, you have not.
You know who wins? The person not in that conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be here like at 11:30. Like, why can't zombies get married and shit? I'm fucking. I mean, come on. We talking about Diary of the fucking Dead.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying. My point was just to come around and say this one is back to being about the people. The zombies are there on the outside of the story. That's what makes it interesting. I don't care about a zombie being trained to recognize his name. I want to see the story about the people who can barely survive this apocalypse with zombies running around.
And
there's a lot of different stories you can tell about people surviving a zombie apocalypse.
And this movie got screwed hard. Me and Cyrus saw this 6 months ago when it played at Fantastic Fest.
Because we're cooler than you guys.
And because it was at Fantastic Fest. I mean, anybody could have gone. That's where we got to meet George Romero. And we saw this movie, and it was a really great film that took that whole kind of the Blair Witch concept of, the first person film on camera and set it in the first night of zombie apocalypse. And it actually really worked. But then Cloverfield came out, and Cloverfield did it a hell of a lot better than Diary of the Dead did. So everybody is now seeing Diary of the Dead after Cloverfield, even though Diary of the Dead was done long before Cloverfield.
Well, see, that's where George Romero fucked up. You should have had a 50-foot zombie attacking the city. I mean,
Now there you go.
now see, there you go, right there. Genius. Let's make this movie, Cyrus. Come on.
I'm out of here.
Give me some green paint. I'm gonna dress your ass up. No, I'm split between you two, though. While I like zombies enough, I looked at this movie because it starts out really bad. I mean, the acting is terrible.
Well, zombies aren't the best actors. You gotta admit that. I mean, they pretty much got two notes. One, really.
I really, you're right. I really am waiting for that breakout zombie performance. One of them saying or something.
The Denzel Washington zombies.
Yeah, they're still better than Costner, but
no. The thing is, if the acting's terrible, and right off the bat, this is nothing that we haven't seen before. When he says a reboot, it's just like shit. I'm just too lazy to invent anything new. Reboot up your ass, motherfucker. You ain't fooling nobody. But I tell you this much. The more the movie went along, and this isn't me having any zombie favoritism here, the more the movie went along, I was like, okay, some of this shit is actually funny. If you watch it as a B movie, whether it's intentional or not, you can have fun with it. But really, it doesn't do anything new that we haven't seen before, and I think that that's the biggest fault of the film.
No, it's just like Romero's other zombie films. It's beating you over the head with its message, and this time it's about media bad. Like everyone's so obsessed with the media and all this. And we don't have time for real life.
When did George Romero turn into the Hulk?
I know. I was ready to go to the honeycomb hideout.
Well, it's just that angry about it. It's vicious about its message the whole time, and that's a little annoying at points. I mean, I guess maybe it didn't bother me as much in high school commenting about mall culture, but now I'm like, okay, I get it, media bad.
Yeah.
But the movie does work on the B movie level. That is how it ends up working. Yeah, they are bad actors in this film, but
terrible.
It's got some bad ass gore in this film. Some moments that you're like, oh, that are just really creative and kick ass.
Oh, the kid with the arrow.
Yeah, the kid with the arrow. Just right there alone. That scene is so good. And it actually manages to ratchet up the tension, despite some of the failings of the story, it works as a B horror film.
Yeah, no, he didn't give us anything new as far as zombies go. He just gave us better gore.
Yeah.
I really dug the hell out of it. I mean, no, it isn't anything new. But then again, we haven't seen anything new in the zombie genre in forever. I mean, that's kind of the...
28 days later?
No, that wasn't new. That was just, the only thing new about it was we did it handheld rather than... I mean, it was the same freaking movie as Night of the Living Dead, except the ending was slightly different. I mean,
Fido. And the zombies were fast.
Well, Fido was a fun comedy, but still, it's all playing by the same rules. None of this is the same. There is no revolution in zombies. I mean, the last really, truly original zombie thing I saw was Undead. And God,
that was more original than 28 Days Later?
Yeah, it did something completely different.
What did it do?
Well, the zombies weren't actually supposed...
They were Australian instead of American.
No, that's what I'm asking.
It actually turned out that it was a science fiction film that there were alien beings that were trying to take the zombies away and put them in stasis because they had a way to cure them. And every zombie that got killed by the people who were playing by all the zombie rules were actually killing their friends that were going to come back. Oh. And it was kind of a great twist at the end of a really solid zombie film. And unfortunately, that movie got screwed too because it got held for 2.5 years and came out after Shaun of the Dead. And Shaun of the Dead was funnier, and Shaun of the Dead was inspired by Undead.
I don't know if that was that original. I think actually that follows along.
You didn't see it beforehand. Well, you saw it after Shaun
I'm not
of the
going to
Dead.
get into it. I mean, you ever seen Night of the Creeps, which is kind of the same thing?
Yeah,
so,
but Night of the Creeps was...
Anyway, George Romero, he ain't shit. No, I'm just kidding. No, George Romero... as I said, with this movie, I think he's given people who are fans of him and people who are fans of the zombie genre what they want. But it's going to be hard for me to recommend that Leon go see this because he's going to walk out and be like, I've seen this shit before.
This is definitely for people who are already fans of the zombie type thing, no question about it. And I think they'll be pleased. And I think, like I said, a lot of people didn't like Land of the Dead, and I think they'll feel like this is okay, well, this kind of makes up for this. This goes back to the Romero we like. Let's face it, though. I mean, we're saying, what else George Romero's done some other movies. He's done some stuff that's good, but nobody's knocking down his door to do Creepshow 3.
They did one, by the way.
A Creepshow 3, did they?
Yeah, I went direct to video, and it's ass.
Yeah, okay, well, then nobody's bugging him to do Creepshow 4. Okay, and there's no Martin
ringing right now.
There's no Martin 2 on the way. Nobody's doing the Crazies, The Return. Okay, it's going to be zombies till he dies. That's what it's going to be, and he's making the best of it he can.
You can tell he's like, damn, man, I'm the zombie man. I tried to do some different things.
Dude, he loves it. He
Come,
really
Mr.
does.
Zombie Man, zombie me banana.
He's sitting there about to open his last can of cat food and dig into it. He's like, fine, I'll direct one more zombie film.
But I have so much more to offer artistically than zombies. Like, shut the hell up, dude. You
See?
invented zombies pretty much.
He's actually, he's really into it. And the thing is what's great about this movie was he saw the reception to Land of the Dead and said, I was going in this direction, but that's not what the audience wants. So I'm going to take it back to what the audience wants. And without having to rewrite everything and annoy people by changing the universe, I'm just going to go back to the beginning. He likes what he's doing. He set out to make a film that was better than Land of the Dead.
Yeah, it is that.
He succeeded, yes.
Now, personally, when I saw this 6 months ago, I really did. I felt this was a full price movie. But having seen Cloverfield and the fact that this movie, the core of this movie is all about that first person story, and it's all about the cameraman arguing with the people. And frankly, Cloverfield did it better. So I got to give this a matinee.
We've seen it all before, Blair Witch and all that. You know, maybe, that's what they haven't done. Like animal zombies taking over the world. Like little monkeys with suits on it.
Dude, you really want to see them bring back the Pissed Off Nature movie?
Yeah.
You're the guy that likes worms.
You damn right.
Worms?
No, Squirm.
Squirm. Oh, for God's sake.
The killer worms?
That scared you.
No, it didn't scare me, but I thought it was badass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's right. That is a badass movie.
Okay. I just saw the post.
He loves crap if it's 20 years old. If it comes out today, it's terrible, it's awful, it's some old bullshit.
Dude.
If it's 20 years old, it's genius, it's awesome, and he's going to show you clip after clip after clip.
Crap has to age like a fine wine.
Are you about to say exactly what I was about to say? You know, shit today is nasty, but let that turd harden for a few years and it's gold.
Get white and crusted.
Make it look like a little powdery donut. I mean, it's magnifique.
That Kodo gets better with age.
Yeah. Make a zombie worm movie. We ain't seen that. I mean, there is plenty of room here to do some shit.
Dude, it's hard enough to get your friends to act like good zombies. Can you really get worms to act like zombies?
What does a worm do?
How much acting's even involved in zombies? Really, you know?
Exactly.
You don't have to reach real hard into the acting pool there. So
put some worms on strings and drag them across the street.
Well, hell,
Frank Oz ain't doing anything. Come on,
get Keanu Reeves and Paul Walker in a movie.
Dude,
you got your zombies right there.
No, did you see what happened when they put Martin Lawrence and Tim Allen in a movie together?
No, I didn't see it, and I never will.
Can you imagine what would happen with having these two black holes of charisma next to one another? I can't imagine. It's the movie of one expression.
I say give it a chance. Well, like I said, I love George Romero, but I ain't gonna kiss his ass. Matinee.
Yeah, this is definitely a matinee film. It's not like, oh my God, but it's like, that was fun.
Yeah.
He gave his first.
I gave mine already.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can repeat it. No, you know when here, let me let you answer your phone.
I'm not answering.
He recorded yours.
Yeah.